Welcome to the Protagonist Pub. My name is Tammy, and this is where characters gather. And today I thought I would give you some book recommendations that I have read or that I hope to read that are sitting on my physical shelves that pertain to Jeanette's 2025 reading challenge for the prompt for January, which is start a new series. And I am either looking forward to reading the ones I haven't read yet, or I really love the ones I'm about to talk to you about. So this is probably going to be a rather short video compared to everything I have filmed in the last 24 hours, but 48 hours actually. That's okay. You're seeing this before Bookmas. So let's do all the ones I have read first. Now, technically, this is the second book in the series. First book in the series is Firewall. I read this at my library. I didn't go pick it up for this video. The second book is Deadly Encounter. This is by Diane Mills. This is the FBI Houston series, as I recall. I absolutely loved this series. Like, the first book was top-notch, 5-star romantic suspense that was well-paced, and it wasn't an insta-love trauma romance. I loved everything about it. I absolutely did. Okay, next up would be the first book in the Windy City Saga, that is Veiled in Smoke by Jocelyn Green. This was the very first book club choice for 2024 and the inaugural book, so it's always going to hold a special place in my heart. But besides that, this was just a stellar historical mystery Christian fiction. It was just fantastic. I absolutely loved that one to pieces. Next up would be Counterfeit Love by Crystal Cadell. This is the first book in the Hidden Hearts of the Gilded Age series. This one is set in Cincinnati. It is historical suspense. It is absolutely fantastic. Next up is the first book in the Secrets of the Isles series. This is The Nature of a Lady by Rosanna M. White. Again, I absolutely love this series, and I love this cover. I love the foiling. This was a fantastic read. Everybody read this with Amanda, and it was just perfection. Okay, and next up is first in the Living Waters series. This is also Catholic fiction. That is The Well by Stephanie Lansom. This is biblical fiction, and this has the Catholic Writer's Seal of Approval. Next up is the first in the Swiss Guard romance series. I know the second book is currently almost done with the first draft, and that is Love in the Eternal City by Rebecca W. Martin. This is Catholic contemporary romance, suspense. This book is perfection. It is perfection. There's a little bit of everything. It is completely relatable. I loved it. It's set in Rome. Just loved it. This is the Mark Maker by Mary Jessica Woods. Again, Catholic science fiction. It is the first book in the series. The second book in the series is currently being written as we speak. I do know that Mary Jessica just got engaged over Thanksgiving, so congratulations to her. I really enjoyed this series, but it is not surface level. There you go. It's not a surface level read. Next up are my 2 favorite books from 2023. Who's surprised? No one? Yeah, I didn't think you would be. Okay, first up would be Recorder by Kathy McCrum. This is the first book in the Children of the Consortium series. I highly, highly recommend you have books 2 and 3 available when you finish this one, because you will need to know. This is Christian science fiction. And the last one is the first book in the Molly Chase series, that is In Pieces by Rhonda Ortiz. This is Catholic historical fiction, and it is a masterclass in how to write historical fiction. I say this every time, and it doesn't change. From the language she chooses, and that does not mean it's not approachable in the slightest, to the atmosphere, all of it is just perfection. Okay, next up would be some Christian first in a series from my shelves. Okay, these were pulled at random. They are a mix of authors I have read before and have not read before. So first up, this is the first book, I want to say, in the Quantico File series. That is correct. That is Nightfall by Nancy Mell. I know a lot of Nancy Mell has been read in 2024, but if you have not started, this is a great place to start. I haven't read it yet. I do know that, is she in this book? One of the characters from this series gets her own series later on, and that's the Kaylee Quinn series, which I have read and enjoyed. So this I am looking forward to. I only own the first book so far. It was a library bookshop pickup. I will read you the back. For any little boy or girl who hears the train man speak, who feels his rancid breath caress their pretty cheek, must close their eyes, pretend to sleep, and very softly pray, or else the evil train man may carry them away. Okay, that is appropriately creepy. Finally free of her troubled upbringing, Alex Donovan is able to live out her childhood dream of working for the FBI. But soon after, she becomes a member of the FBI's elite behavioral analysis unit. Authorities in Missouri contact them about bodies found on freight trains, all killed in the same way. Alex never expected to be forced to confront her past in this new job, but she immediately recognizes the graffiti messages the killer is leaving on the train cars. When the BAU sends her to gather information about the messages from her aunt in Wichita, Kansas, Alex is haunted by the struggles she thought she had left behind forever. In a race against time to solve the case and recover a deadly virus sample the killer intends to spread, Alex must face how far she'll go and what she's willing to risk to put a stop to the train man. Okay, that poem is creepy. So, yep. Okay, next up would be the first in the Logan Point series. That is Shadows of the Past by Patricia Bradley. And I know Amanda has read a bunch of Patricia Bradley this year and loved them all. So I am intrigued. And this one says, while she is stalking the truth, someone is stalking her. Psychology professor and criminal profiler Taylor Martin prides herself on being able to solve any crime, except the one she wants most desperately to solve, the disappearance of her father 20 years ago. When she finally has a lead on his whereabouts, Taylor returns home to Logan Point, Mississippi to investigate. But as she works to uncover the truth, someone else will do almost anything to keep her from it. Nick St. Clair pens mystery novels for a living, but the biggest mystery to him is how he can ever get over the death of his wife, a tragedy he believes he could have prevented. Now that his estranged brother is the only family he has left, Nick sets out to find him. But when he crosses paths with Taylor, all he seems to find is trouble. Join the chase as Taylor and Nick search the murky shadows of the past for the keys to unlocking the present and moving into a future they never imagined. That sounds intriguing. Next up would be the first book in the... what is this? Hang on. Okay, first book in the Guardians of Justice series. That is Fatal Judgment by Irene Hannon. It involves U.S. Marshals. I like her writing style, so I am interested in this one. Next up is a Lynette Easton book. It is the first in the Blue Justice series. That is Oath of Honor. And yeah, all of these are finds from my library bookshop. Can't beat that. I will read you the back of this one. A murdered partner, a missing brother. Will Isabel's silence protect those she loves or delay justice? Police officer Isabel St. John loves her crazy, loud law enforcement family. She knows they'll be there for her when things get tough, like when her partner is murdered and she barely escapes with her own life. Izzy is determined to discover exactly what happened, and her investigation sends her headfirst into a criminal organization, possibly with cops on the payroll, including someone for her own family. With her dead partner's brother, Ryan, a handsome homicide detective, shadowing her every move, Izzy's head is spinning. How can she secure justice for her partner when doing so could mean sending someone she loves to prison? And how will she guard her heart when the man she's had a secret crush on for years won't leave her side? Okay, I am intrigued. That sounds very interesting. Did you guys get to watch me try to peel the sticker off the back of the book? Next up is a series I know nothing about. I know that she, with Janice Thompson, wrote the Cozy Mystery series with dogs. That is Kathleen Wybara. And this is the first book in the Secret Lives of Will Tucker. And this is Flora's Wish. I also have book 2 in the other room. And I will read you the back. The course of true love never did run smooth. May 1887. Flora Brim is determined the 5th time is the charm. Back home in Natchez, Mississippi, she has a reputation as Fatal Flora, a woman whose previous 4 fiancés met odd, untimely deaths before they could get to the altar. Flora tries and tries again because she is desperate to marry. Producing an heir is the only way she can keep Brimfield, her family's estate, from going to her cousin Winthrop. She's praying a visit to an elite spa in Eureka Springs with her grandmother will help her say I do at last. Pinkerton agent Lucas McMinn is hot on the trail of Will Tucker, a charming, cunning thief who broke his sister's heart. When Lucas arrives in Eureka Springs and discovers the slippery fellow apparently in Flora's good graces, he believes they are in on a devious plot together. Will should be able to convince him of her innocence. Will he finally apprehend the elusive Mr. Tucker? And more importantly, will Lucas survive if he pursues Fatal Flora's heart? Okay, that sounds like a completely engaging and interesting story. And okay, yeah. Okay, last one that I pulled for this morning is the first book in the Memphis Cold Case series. That is Justice Delayed by Patricia Bradley. And I will read you the back of this one. In 1 week, the wrong man will be executed for murder. Let the chase for the real killer begin. 18 years ago, TV crime reporter Andy Hollister's sister was murdered. The convicted killer sits behind bars, but his execution date looming. But when a letter surfaces stating that the condemned didn't do the crime, Detective Will Kincaid of the Memphis Cold Case Unit will stop at nothing to help Andy get to the bottom of it. After all, this case is personal. The man who confessed to the crime is Will's cousin. Andy and Will must find the real killer before the wrong person is executed. But what can happen in only a week? Uncovering police corruption, running for your life, and perhaps falling in love? That sounds intriguing. Okay, those are some recommendations for Jeanette's January prompt for her 2025 challenge. I will link her announcement video down below. I love her prompts this year, and I'm going to try and fit them in wherever I can. And I just thought I would share some choices this morning. So there you go. Have you read any of these? Let me know. Leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and I will see you here next time at the Protagonist Pub.